Kayla and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be recreating this look that you see here. It's obviously not your everyday look by any means. It's a full face talk through tutorial. It's definitely very dramatic and fun for a night out, for a girls' night, for a hot date with your husband or boyfriend. So if you want to see this look and how I got it, just keep on watching. Bye! Okay, so I'm going to start off by prepping my lips so they get nice and hydrated with the Everything Balm, and it's by Delectable Beauty. I'm going to start off by just letting that sit. So while I'm doing my eyes, because since we're using glitter today and darker eyeshadows, I'm going to start off by doing my eyes first and my foundation last. And so I do that. The reason I do my eyes first and then my foundation next is because what happens is I get a lot of fallout and some of the glitter, and when I do my concealer on my face, it sticks to it. So to ensure proper application, that's usually where I start. So I'm going to start by taking Painterly Paint Pot by MAC. I'm just going to use my ring finger all over my lid. Okay, so now I'm going to take a brush. I'm just going to set here. I'm actually using a CRUNCHI brush here, the all over shadow brush. And I'm going to take my Lorac Mega Pro Palette 2. And I love this mirror, it's so big. Okay, and I'm going to take the shade Custard here and apply that all over the lid to set the paint pot. Because paint pot is so tacky and it's amazing for keeping your shadows all day long, but you really want to set it because otherwise it makes blending not so fun. Found it. Take the MAC 224, and it's nice and long and fluffy, so it's like really kind of more pointed at the end, which is awesome for, as you can see here, it's nice and dome shape. So what it does is it doesn't concentrate the pigment too much. So unlike one like this or like this where the brush is a lot more dense, it's more precise. So with this, I'm going to use this to blend in my transition shade, which is going to give me a really nice dispersed look here. So I'm going to take, since I took Custard, I'm going to take, I think it's Tawny right there. I'm going to take that one, just dab it, tap off the excess. And the transition, since I have lovely hooded lids, I don't have much eyelid space, and so my brow bone. So transition is in between your lid and your brow bone, and that's exactly what it means, is to transition. So whatever I end up blending into my lid and the crease, my transition is going to make it easier to blend, to make it less stark, less of a difference between my brow bone. I'm just going to take that here, and since I have hooded lids, I like to kind of keep my eyes open and looking down into the mirror, and then just take it where my lid, where I have to create a crease. That's what we're doing, is creating a crease. So we're just taking that here, and I love the lower you hold your brush down in the handle, the less pressure, and it makes the pigment go on a lot softer. And that's where I want to start first, because you always want to start by a soft, because you can always build stuff up. It's harder to take away. So I'm just doing that, just giving that transition a little bit of shape here. And guys, blending is your best friend, I'm telling you. It helps everything. So I'm just blending that in here. Finished blending Saddle out into my crease, and now I'm again taking the MAC 224 brush. And I'm actually going to jump over to the Lorac Pro. I think this is the first, this is the first one. And this is the second one. This one's more browns and golds, which are really, really pretty colors. And then this one is more cool toned. So I'm going to be taking the black one because this one kind of matches up with the Lorac Mega Pro 2. You could completely do an eye look with just this palette. I mean, this is ginormous and gives you so many, it's like two of these palettes in one. So it gives you a ton of options. I'm just being picky, and because I have it, I'm going to do it. So it's going to go. Okay, so I'm going to take this brush. I'm going to go in and use taupe. Right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dab in again. You can tell which is probably my favorite blending brush is this one. So I'm just going to blend between, now I've got all over lid color that we use, and I have Saddle with a little bit of Tawny and Burlap in there, and just going back and forth, and I'm taking a little taupe and just going to come on top of these two and blend almost like I'm going to go underneath my brow bone, but I'm still leaving that, okay? Because I'm going to put a highlight shade there. I'm just lightly tapping in there and just blending it out again. Because you want that like blown out look. You want it to kind of melt, everything to melt together. So now that I've finished that, I'm going to go ahead and take the L'Oreal Infallible, these are amazing. Stop Okay, so I'm taking the L'Oreal Infallible color. What color is that? Am I missing it? Oh, it was right in front of me. I'm taking Eternal Sunshine. This one right here. It's a really pretty gold. You guys have probably heard of the sister one, Amber Rush, that's very popular here on YouTube, being used right now by a lot of beauty gurus. So I'm just taking it, and normally it comes with this inside of it. So you want to make sure that you keep this in it, this little thing that tops it, because it keeps the shadow pressed. So it comes like that. You want to make sure you keep that piece, don't throw it away. I almost had that happen. And it says, do not discard. So there you go. I'm taking my ring finger, because I like the way these apply with the warmth of your fingertips. So now I'm taking it, I'm going to use it and pack it onto my lid right here. The pigment is just crazy. And these are what you find at the drugstore. I mean, I found this at the drugstore for, it was under $10. And this is an awesome pressed shadow that you're going to have forever. And it's not too creamy, so it doesn't crease, which is awesome. So I'm using that. I'm just kind of tapping that out. Okay. Then I'm taking Gold Leaf from the palette. Where did it go? There it is. Right there. I'm just taking that on my fingertip as well, because the Lorac shadows are so pigmented, and especially the glittery ones. I like to use, again, this is my finger, and I like to press it, and I'm just trying to build up that pigment and give a base. Even though I'm going to put glitter on it, I still like to give it a little bit more of a base, so if the glitter doesn't cover, it's still, if it's transparent, it's still going to pick up the gold tones underneath and just really make the glitter pop. Okay, so now we're done with that. Now I'm taking the Lit Cosmetics Creamy Caramel. It's a solid size 3. It's this one right here. And I'm just taking that, opening that up. And then I'm taking the Lit Clearly Liquid Glitter Base. You could use any glitter glue though. I mean, NYX has a really good glitter glue too, and so do a couple other brands that if you don't want to order online, you can pick up at the drugstore, Ulta. But Lit Cosmetics makes some of the best glitters I've ever used. So I'm taking a tiny little Morphe brush here, so you can see the top here. Just a brush that's kind of like domed like that and rounded at the top, so it's going to fit nicely into my crease. So what I like to do is I like to take a little bit of the glue, I almost dropped it everywhere, and do a little tiny bit on the back of my hand, just a drop of it. It's really runny, so you got to be kind of careful with it. I like to push my brush in it first, and then I like to come over everything I've already done. Pat it out a little bit just to give a tacky base. And I'm just going to now push my brush into the glitter. Hello. Hello. And now with the glitter too, I'm also creating my crease. So my crease really is like here, really tiny right here, but I'm just making it slightly overdrawn. So what I'm doing, and this is why this brush is so perfect for this. Any brush shaped like this is fine. It doesn't have to be this one in particular. But I'm just packing on the glitter, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second. It creates my crease, and it almost like doubles the size. So my crease normally ends like right here. Now I've got a whole extra little lid. I meant eyelid. My eyelid is bigger now. When you apply these lashes, you can barely see what's behind them. Like when I open up, you just see like my transition shades and my crease shades. So now I'm just packing on the glitter here, and so when I bring it up a little bit, you will be able to see it past the lashes, which is what we want. So, and I'm not wearing, you're not going to see me using any liner with this look because the lash band is so thick anyway. I don't need to add any more, and these lashes do enough for me that I don't need to make my eye look any smaller. So I'm going to take my Morphe 521 brush and just kind of using the excess, I'll put a little bit of saddle on there again. But using the excess, I'm just going to come on top here and blend. You don't want to push too hard because then the glitter is going to really fall everywhere. And then I take that 521 brush again, and I'm going to go in here and grab some more saddle. And then I think I'm going to go back to that Lorac, the first one, and try a little espresso right here. Using MAC 521 brush again. I'm just going to push this in the outside. See that? Right there in the outer corner. Pat, pat. Because again, the lashes are going to cover a lot. And when we put the do the bottom lash line, everything's going to really come together nicely. I'm just packing it onto the outer corner right there just to give a little bit of like not necessarily an ombre effect because I'm not really fading it into its own color, but just to kind of add some shadow there to kind of make my lid just kind of push everything together. So now I'm going to take, since we're not doing any liner, we're going to skip that step. And now I'm going to take these lashes, and these are the Violet Voss lashes in the style Sexy and I Know It. And this is a limited edition faux mink lash. I think they're still on the website right now though. And let's see here. And then I'm going to use, I've been loving this duo glue. So this is the lash, and they're so pretty. They're not your daytime lash, that's for sure. So this here, normally with clients I'll put a dab of glue on the back of my hand, but now I'm just going to brush this onto the lash here. It's weird, but I find like using like the stick part of it instead of the brush part applies the glue a lot nicer. And you want it to dry a little bit. The best way to apply your lashes is when the glue is pretty much like almost dry, because then it doesn't slide around your lid. I learned that. It took me a while, but I figured it out eventually. So let that dry just a little bit. And then what we're going to do is you're going to like look forward. I like to slightly look down. Oh my gosh, you guys. I forgot mascara. What is this? Amateur hour? So that just, you want to do that to make sure that your natural lashes blend to the fake lashes. So I'm just going to drop that right in the center of my eye. Okay. These are so crazy. I love them. And I like using tweezers because I'm used to it now for my eyes. But if you're not, I don't recommend that. I recommend using the tool that you can get with the lashes or using your fingers to put them on. These bands are a lot thicker than the Ardell ones or anything like that, so they're a little bit more difficult. I'm going to fuse them together, so I'm just going to kind of go around and clamp down. And I kind of like to pivot them up a little bit. Take my Rimmel Lash Accelerator Mascara again. Just going to take a little bit more, and just at the base, where my natural lash and the band meet, bring it together. I'm not going to go all the way up because obviously these things don't need any extra help with the length. Now this is what I like about doing your makeup first, is now I can clean up underneath myself here. Okay, so now we're going to get into the base here. So I'm going to use the Too Faced Hangover RX Face Primer. I'm really liking this stuff a lot. I got this in my Ipsy bag, and I think I'm going to have to buy the full size because it smells good. And I love the way it makes my skin feel. And then I got from Ulta the other day, I was looking through their clearance, they were in a big clearance sale, and I got this Ulta Pore Correction Concentrate Resolve. It's got a nice little pump. I just going to do one little pump at first here, focusing inside here. Because my skin, I have the other primer on, I'm really just going to focus on this T-zone area here. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation, and I am in the shade 12 Ivory, so I think this is the lightest shade you can buy in the collection. And the only thing I wish that this one had is was a pump. Come on, Marc Jacobs. It's beautiful foundation, I can't complain, so whatever. Take it back. Then I'm also going to take the Josie Maran Argan Oil, and I'm taking just one drop into my foundation. Oh yeah, this is my favorite part. Okay, so I'm going to be taking the Beauty Blender here. Okay, and I'm going to just push that into the skin. Since my skin is drier, look at that coverage, so let's just stop and enjoy this moment for a second. That's crazy. But the moisture that the Beauty Blender holds with the water and then the oil on top of that makes my skin so luminous and helps with my dry texture a ton because it's pushing the moisture back into it along with the argan oil, obviously adding more hydration. So now taking my Urban Skin, my Naked Skin Concealer by Urban Decay. It's a tongue twister mouthful. Now highlight under my eyes. I am in this shade Fair Neutral, big surprise. So now I'm just going to take this, and I love this concealer. I tried to get away from it and try other drugstore ones, and I went back and bought it. Okay, so I'm just going to take this under my eyes here. And you always want to balance out your highlight, just like you do with your everything else that you do, okay? You just want to balance everything out. So a little bit on my chin, above here, and we're good. And now I'm taking my Beauty Blender again. I'm just going to go underneath my eyes here. It does dry pretty quick. And this really helps clean up an eye look too. I mean, we did our eyes, this is why we did our eyes before, because if I did all this before packing on those dark brown shades and the glitter, girl please. Okay, now I'm taking the RCMA No Color Powder, and now I'm just going to set everything. So now I like to open up the lid and I like to take my beauty blender, and it's still damp, make sure it's damp. I dip it in and then I go, and we're baking. I do this really quick. After I do my concealer, I go right in with my RCMA because I don't want it to set or get creasy. If it does, I go back over with my beauty blender before I put this in. So then, now this is going to sit there for a second, okay? And trust me, this looks insane. This whole look has been insane. Trust me, it's going to come together. And look at me. Getting cray-cray. Okay. So now while that is sitting, I'm going to take over the rest of my face. I'm going to use the Kat Von D powder in light. I'm going to open these up. I'm going to take my M401 brush. I'm just going to go, and so this is what it looks like inside here, and then underneath you have a little spot for your powder, which is really helpful because this is a nice compact to go. So I'm just going to use this, and I'm just going to set the rest of my face. I like to take my powders and my rest of my foundation onto my ears too, because you guys see how pink I get from sensitive skin and the heat. I'm in Florida, for crying out loud. So now I'm going to be wiping my bake off. I'm going to be taking this e.l.f., it's an e.l.f. blush brush. That's a tongue twister. And then I'm going to be taking the CoverGirl. This is the old CoverGirl Clean Oil Control Pressed Powder. And you can barely see the writing on it anymore. But this one is actually, believe it or not, even lighter than the Kat Von D one that I was using. So this is what I like to do for the highlighted areas. So you see where that bake is? So now I'm just pressing. I like to press my powders in and then swipe. I like to bake around my nose a lot because I don't know what it is about the nose, but that just seems to always get nice and red around there, for me anyway. Now our face is completely set. So now I want to go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I'm going to take my Morphe M527 brush here. And I'm going to then start to add, because now we have a blank canvas on the face and it's very white and pasty. So now I'm going to add some warmth back into the skin. So I'm just taking this and I'm using a very light touch, because normally I like to, like I said, push it into my skin or just do a light sweeping motion. I'm going to come up here. Warm up. I like to make sure you push everything back into your hairline, because we don't, even if you get it in your hair or whatever, you can take a wipe and wipe that right off. You'd rather have that than seeing this line in your scalp, because for me it would be like, what's going on with her? So I'm going to just blend this in. I want to kind of keep my temples open because I've got a very round face, so I want to keep my temples open to elongate it. So for me that means I'm going to contour and balance out my forehead. I don't have a big forehead, but it's enough where I want to make sure I'm taking my bronzer up. So now I'm taking Benefit Hoola Bronzer. And this is an awesome all-around bronzer, man. This is the perfect contour shade too for really majority of skin types. And it's just a nice in between of a warm and a cool tone. So I'm actually going to take the brush that it comes with. I'm just going to slightly go, make a little fishy face. I should make a collage of all the faces I make during makeup time. A little bit here. And then I want to go like an X right by my chin. And then right along my jawline on the bottom side, because we want to take those double chins away. And then I like to blend again, taking that same brush I was using with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Because again, just like we blended with the eyes, you guys, blending is your best friend when it comes to makeup in general. In my opinion, it really helps keep everything super seamless. So now I'm going to take that brush again from the Hoola Bronzer. I'm just going to add a little warmth. I'm not necessarily contouring my nose too heavy, but I just want to add color. Like the rest of my face has warmth, and your nose should too. You want it to not just stick out, okay? So just add a little bit of warmth back into your nose, some color. And the closer you make the lines on the side of your face, the slimmer your nose appears. Okay, Beauty Blender has a little bit more powder on it, so I'm just going to kind of go down the center of it and the sides to clean it up. And right there, it's just like a really subtle nose contour, which is sometimes just all you need. So now I'm taking again that RCMA No Color powder, and I'm just going to clean up my heavy duty bronzing. So we're going to let that sit now. So I'm going to go ahead to my blush, and I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Color Icon. This is Rose Champagne. I'm going to be using this. And I'm going to be taking my Real Techniques blush brush here. It's a perfect shape for blush, and I love the way this color is. Since I did such a heavy eye, I'm going to really keep it simple when it comes to the blush because I really want the eyes to stand out. So just doing a little bit here and topping out the excess. I'm going to smile. Okay, and for me, I like to start my blush from right, because you see the apple of my cheek right here. I want to start from slightly behind it where the most pigment is, and then I'm going to sweep up and then come up. I don't want to bring too much closure to my face because it is round. I want to keep the attention up and then the highlighted areas there to elongate my face, if that makes sense, hopefully. I finished off this eye, and now we're going to move over here and finish off the bottom lash line and add mascara, and then move on to lips, and we'll be done. So I'm going to take this Morphe G27 brush. They still have this collection available. They got rid of the Elite collection, the original one, and now they're down to the Elite 2s, and I'm going to be ordering some and getting some, and I'll let you know how they are. So I'm going to take the Lorac Pro palette, the first one, okay? I'm going to take taupe here again, and I'm just going to do that on my bottom lash line first, because it's nice, again, just like when you're blending, you want like a transition shade. It's kind of the same idea on the bottom lash line as well. I'm going to take taupe, and this is an awesome pointed like blending brush down here. I'll make a really sexy face. And again, I'm just blending from here to here, and I'm stopping right before I get to my tear duct. I'm going to take Sable, which is this one over here, which we use for our eyes on the above again. I'm taking this one. And I'm just going to concentrate that more on the outer corner. And I'm not going to pull that as far in. I'm just blending. And now I'm going to take Espresso. I'm going to take that and just go again even more on the outer corner, focusing on the outside, not the inside, on each. Okay, and I'm going to take a tiny bit of the black here, just a dab, and just focus that on the outermost part. So it was nice because when we transitioned from lighter to dark, it really helped it blend and fuse together nicely versus doing start, stop, okay? It's going to be my NYX liner in jet black. NYX liner in jet black here. I'm going to use this on my waterline. Since we've got so much going on here on the upper with the lashes and everything like that, I'm going to take this and go on my waterline. So I'm going to line my bottom lash line, okay? Now I'm going to take, where are you? There it is. My L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Primer. And I've been using, for the longest time, I've been using Lancome's primer. This is such a great dupe for it. This is what it looks like, the applicator. So it makes your lashes white, which is awesome because then I see what I've primed. And I swear, I'll do a before and after sometime because the difference that the lash primer makes is night and day. And now I'm going to take I've been using, this is one of my favorite mascaras right now, the Essence Lash Princess, and literally this mascara is no joke, it's $5. Okay, it's $5. And the way it's shaped is so nice because it really gets the inner corner of your lashes. And this adds so much length and fullness to even my lashes. But today, for my bottom lash line, since I have some bad allergies to whatever's outside and crazy, I'm going to use the Great Lash Waterproof Mascara just for my bottom lash line. Just to help make sure I don't get any runny or raccoon eyes. And this wand is nice too because it is tiny. So it does help to get in there. But again, like I said, I like to use this because it is waterproof for my bottom lashes. And I like to then turn, like I go like this, and then I like to point in and separate the lashes as well. Okay, and then I'll let that dry. So you see any like little black mascara dots anywhere? The best way, for the longest time I took my mascara off, I saw my mascara if it got on my lids or underneath my eyes, I'd go, oh my gosh, you need a Q-tip, and I'd lick it and I'd wipe it off and it would just smear everywhere. Well, now I know to let it completely dry and then it just flakes off. Now I'm going to take a makeup wipe. I'm just going to wipe off while my mascara is drying. I'm going to wipe off the foundation off my lips. When I apply my lip gloss or lipstick to my lips, I just find that it makes it like cloudy and it gets all mucky. It doesn't look, I end up taking it off, so I don't like it. And now my favorite combo that I've been doing lately, which I have these two guys too, which are awesome. I'm not going to be using these today, but you will. These are by Essence as well, and these are I think they call these their liquid lipsticks if I'm not mistaken. I've got two of the colors. I think they have a total of like 5 or 6 colors. They call this, oh, it was on the sticker that I took off. I think they say it's like their liquid lip. These aren't a liquid lip though. This is a little side note right now. This is kind of getting away from the main point, but they are almost like, they're like a super pigmented. This is one swipe. Watch this. One swipe. That's how opaque they are. That's how much coverage you get with one swipe. And so these are the two colors I picked up. These are like my favorite from that I saw. They also have like a Barbie pink. There's some really pretty colors and they're like $3.50 for one of them. My favorite combination right now has been my Ofra lip liner in Silk and my Marc Jacobs lip gloss in the shade Sugar Sugar. This has been my absolute favorite. I love with this, I love the packaging. I'm a sucker for nice packaging, sue me. Love it. And the color is like a nude beige and has like a little bit of like gold reflex to it, but it's not pink and it's not nude. It's just like this perfect in between. And especially since I've got so much going on with like my face, like my eyes are my focus, my focal point today. So I wanted to make the face glow and look, you know, healthy and skin, but I want to now go in and have a subtle lip just because I didn't go heavy on the blush. I didn't go crazy with that stuff because again, I want to keep the focus on my eyes. So what I'm going to do is start off with my lip liner, and it helps me make like this. It's not cute, but, and I like to draw kind of like a little X in the center here to get the points of my lip. And I like to come slightly underneath my lip here to give it more of like a full pouty effect. I'm going to fill it in with my lip liner as well. That way my lip gloss wears off. I still have a little bit of pigment underneath my lips and it'll help my gloss to adhere to something. And you can, with lip liners, you can slightly overdraw your lips too, so if you want more of a full effect with bigger lips, use lip liner. So now I'm going to take my gloss and I'm just going to go over that. There's not like tingly or burning on your lips at all, but I just love it. This is the applicator and it fits so nice and perfect in your lip and helps application go on like a breeze. Perfect. This, guys, is the finished look. So I love how it turned out. I think it's full of fun and glitter. I love glitter. And smoky and not your everyday. I do a lot of practical looks, I feel like, so to do something like this is super fun. So yeah, if you liked it, then please give this video a thumbs up so I know to continue to make videos like this, and please subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you for watching again. I'm Kayla, and down below I have every list of all my products that I use and brushes that I use along with my social media, so please follow me and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.